Hi, this is Annette Sullivan from Lavender Thoughts. Today I'm going to show you how to do a way of dressing up your cards using a technique called paper piecing. Here's one that I've done earlier, and what we've done is we've actually cut her dress and hat out of some designer paper and added it to the card. We're using this beautiful stamp set, no pun intended, called Beautiful You, which is in the 2017 Occasions catalogue. And as you can see, there's a number of lovely ladies in there. So for the first card, we are going to do the lady with the hat again. Now, you can get these in wood or clear mount. For this particular set, I've actually purchased them in wood. So what I've done is I've made up my own little Stamp-A-Majig sheets using pieces of vellum. Now, if you haven't used a Stamp-A-Majig before, it's probably one of the wonderful tools around, and it helps you to line up everything on your card. So I'm going to take this designer paper, which is in a 6x6 stack, and it's called Sending Love. And we're going to cut her dress out of the red hearts and her hat out of the white ones. So to do that, we're going to get, sorry about that, the basic grey archival ink. I prefer to use the basic grey as opposed to the basic black because I believe the image is a bit softer and sometimes the black can just be too harsh for what you want to do. Okay, so we only want her dress for this one. So it comes to her arm here around there. So what we're going to do is we're going to line that up there. I'm going to put the Stamp-A-Majig around it. Hold the Stamp-A-Majig, take away our template, ink up our stamp, and stamp. And then we're going to do the same for her hat. So this time we only want the bottom of it. Sorry, we'll use the bottom of the designer paper just to get the hat there. And because we can see through the vellum, we can see how many hearts we might want to put in the hat. I think that should work there. Okay, so again, just ink that up and put that there. Okay, that's probably the hardest part. Well, then we're just going to fussy cut these pieces. And if you've heard the term fussy cutting but aren't really sure what it just means cutting something out around the edges of the stamp. So we'll just take her hat. We just want to cut it a little bit inside the lines. Just like so. See where that comes to around there. I'm just going to cut that around there. And there we have her hat. And now we'll do her dress the same way. I'm far enough in the light for you. So you can virtually do anything you like. You can do this with any outline type stamp. It just gives you a little bit of a wow effect rather than just stamping the image and colouring it in or just stamping it and leaving it plain. You can just add that little bit of wow, dressing it up. Okay, so that dress comes across there. Let's cut this bottom off before we go. And I lost my place for a minute there. Okay. Make sure we don't lose that hat there. Now I've started putting the card together so that I didn't take up all your time doing that. I'm using a smoky slate base, and what I have done is you can just see a vague outline on the smoky slate there, and that is using this stamp here, and I have inked it and stamped it off on scrap paper and then stamped it on the card just to give it a little bit of interest in the background. I've then added a piece of that Sending Love designer paper there. I've put a piece of basic grey over the top, and I've used that same splotchy stamp on the top there. On the inside of the card, I've just used Whisper White, stamped her very lightly there so you can write over it, and a strip of the designer paper. Okay, so to finish the card, what we're going to do is I've already stamped her on here and sponged the edges with that grey. So when we put her dress on, we're going to put that there, and then the sentiment down the bottom like that. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is find her hat. I think I might need my trusty little tweezers to pick that up. And because I've cut it in the lines, you can see we've still got the outline. So it looks like it's actually part of what you've stamped. So we'll do the same for her dress. So you can use any adhesive you like. I'm using this wonderful two-way glue pen, which unfortunately is not stocked by Stampin' Up anymore. But it's just perfect for these types of things. So how elegant is that? Okay. So we'll just use the liquid adhesive on the back. And pop that on our card. And on the back of the sentiment, I've just put a couple of pieces of dimensionals just to lift it up a bit, and pop that in that corner. And then we'll just get some of the basic pearl jewels. And we're just going to put a strip down here, I think. So I'll just see. I think that strip's probably the perfect length for it. Okay. So if we just that down like that. And I was thinking about putting some across the bottom, but I don't really think it needs it. I think that's quite elegant like it is. So there's another example of paper piecing. Here she's got a matching hat and dress. Here she's a little bit spark going out in the bright red. Okay, so I've just done another quick one for you to see, and this time we're going to use the Girl in the Rain. This time I have stamped her on a piece of the Falling in Love designer paper, which I think is perfect for her in the rain like that. Inside the card we've just got a strip of Blushing Bride and stamped her on there, and I've just outlined the image. We're using Soft Sky card, and I've run it through the Elegant Dots embossing folder, a piece of Blushing Bride and a piece of Wisteria Wonder. So I have already cut out these ones for you, and they are from the Subtles Designer Series paper stack. So this time she's just going to have a pop of pink in the rain. And once you stamp on designer paper, you can get some brilliant effects just by picking which designer paper you actually use. Okay, so doesn't that make a difference? Just by putting that dress and umbrella with a bit of designer paper, it really lifts the image. People will think that you've spent an awfully long time putting it together, where in fact you haven't done a lot at all. Okay, so we're just going to pop that there. And I have the sentiment here, which I'm just going to put in that lower, on the edge of the card there. So because I'm putting it on embossed piece, I want to make sure I've got a fair bit of adhesive on there. And then I'll just open that up so I can make sure that I've got it right on the bottom edge. Then I can just press it down. So there you have 3 very different looks using the technique called paper piecing. I hope you'll give it a go and leave me a comment so that I can come and have a look at what you've done. And please subscribe to my channel so you can check out all the new videos that I'm putting up. Thank you very much for watching.